This video is going out to my future self. I'm not sure when you're going to be seeing this, whether it's a year from now, 5 years from now, or 10 years from now. But I kind of just wanted to give a current life status of where I'm at and how I'm feeling and how I'm doing mentally and emotionally and spiritually. And I'm going to go through each subject in depth, but also kind of briefly, because I don't want to stay on each topic too long. So first topic I'm going to start with is physically, how I'm doing physically. I have stayed around 200 pounds for a while now. I mean, ever since I hit 200, I've been 200, and I would say like 220 is like my average weight that I've been at. I have like a really good solid physique, but my struggles when it comes to achieving my dream physique is gluttony. I eat for comfort, I eat for as reward, I eat because I'm bored, out of pure boredom, and it's something that I'm trying to break free, and I know that it's going to take time for that to happen. So I'm kind of just letting God put me through these challenges so I can learn and grow. And whatever reason it is that I'm struggling with that so bad, I just hope to God that I come out of it. And I know He's not going to directly do that for me. It's something that I'm going to have to do for myself. But I just hope that time comes sooner than later, because I'm tired of being stuck in that habit. And I know acknowledging it is one of the first steps, and I've been acknowledging it for a while now. But overall, my physique's really well. My training as well. Like I train very hard and consistently. I don't typically miss a day. I'm very on top of that, getting steps in, and eating well for the most part. It's just the snacking, the sweets, eating late at night, and eating for all those reasons. It's hard, and not having access to amazing foods either. Like, it's kind of just what's convenient and what's quick. And I know a lot of people around the world can relate to that. Like, just convenience is really the issue too. Like, if I had a chef, if I had someone that could cook regularly for me and decent meals, then I think I would be a lot farther along by now. But that's just something with time that I think that I will improve on, and I know God will get me through that. And I'm going to try not to overcomplicate it too much on myself. Luckily, I'm young and I'm healthy and I'm very, very active, so there's a counterweight to all of that emotional eating. And the next thing I'll kind of jump into is my emotional state on things, and I'll try to get really personal with it, because I have a hard time opening up, just because of the way I was raised and being the youngest out of 5 siblings. I don't know, I do feel things, as much as I don't like to admit it. I do feel things in depthly. Honestly, I've always been really soft. As hard as it is for me to admit that, I've always been a really soft person. Things get to me really easily, but I mask it so nobody knows about it. And it's something, when I've gotten older, I've kind of gone to the point where I don't take things so seriously, because I see that people are hurt, and hurt people, and I see that now. And a lot of the times when someone attacks me and tries to make me feel bad about myself, I realize that as cringy and as corny as it is, it's just a call out and cry out for pain on their end. Because if you're happy and you're fulfilled inside, you are not going to make it your mission to hurt somebody else. And that's just plain out simple facts. So that's something that I've been kind of going through awkwardly. Like, I would say honestly, it's the last few weeks that I've gotten to the point where I'm emotionally starting to stable out, where I don't take things as personally, and it's helping me grow in relationships. So if you're someone out there that takes things too personally or to heart, and it's honestly a very feminine trait, realize that you're the problem, and it's hurting the relationships around you. And I promise you it is, because that's just, that's how people are. A lot of people are, they're rude, but in a good way. They're just messing with you, they're just picking on you, giving you a hard time, but because they care. So enough said on that. I think that I'm working on it, but it's raining right now, and I think my car windows are down. But you know how many times my car's gotten rained in? Too many for me to count. But yeah, on the emotional standpoint, I feel very drained. Like I'm extremely drained because I have so high of standards for myself. Like I want to be so successful. I want to have a plan on how I'm going to become financially free, and I don't know if I'm rushing it for myself or my expectations are too high or what, but it's emotionally drained me because I feel like I've tried every way under the sun to become financially free. And you know, yeah, I could have tried harder, but I have tried a lot. I'll just list some examples, like making a personal brand, like what I'm doing right now, posting content. I tried doing online fitness coaching. I tried joining the Real World and the Hustlers University Real World through Andrew Tate, which it was good. And I tried the method of being an online manager and like managing people's content. Like I've tried loads of things, and like I've looked into affiliate marketing and just all kinds of things. And I can't really say I found my niche, but I have. Fitness is a big part of my life. It's what my job is. I'm a personal trainer, but I'm passionate about it, but to a point. Just like with anybody, with anything, you know, there has to be balance. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of personal stuff too that I won't touch too much base on when it comes emotionally in my life, like, you know, relationships and different things. That's really drained me. It's been really hard for me, but I just don't feel like it's appropriate to discuss it on here. But obviously, I mean, and that's everybody that struggles with their relationship with their significant other, and just all, you know, I really did go through the worst of the worst, you know, and I hit rock bottom flat out at 18 years old. And I'm very thankful it happened. I'm very grateful it happened. I don't regret it whatsoever, because I would not be who I am today if it had not happened. So I do thank God for putting me through that trial and tribulation, even though it was really, really hard in the moment to go through that. But I realized, and I was given the wisdom that, you know, some people never hit rock bottom like that. Some people never learn from their mistakes like that. And some people just never grow up like that. So I'm glad that I was put through it so I can, you know, see the world for what it is now. So enough on that, and I would like to move on to mentally and my mentality, and then I'll save my spiritual stuff for the end, because that's a little bit more complicated for me. But my mental state of mind has been, I want to get better every single day and become the best version of myself. This has been my thing for a while now. I just, you know, I'm so OCD. I want to do all the right things and implement them into being the best version that I can of who I can be. And when something goes wrong, even the slightest thing, like for example, I'm not saying it's happened, but like say I woke up and I didn't have time to make my bed, that will bother me very extensively, and I don't know why, but it does. And maybe because God like wanted me to be, I'm meant for more. I'm not sure. I try not to look at it as in a negative way, but my mentality is good. I'm very happy about it. I can be really lazy about things, but I'm happy that God gave me the kind of mentality that I do have. I need to really grasp it and realize that it can be a reality. I think my mindset's great as far as, you know, not drinking, smoking, following the crowd. I do have my own struggles though, so don't let me fool you and pretend to be Mr. Perfect over here, because my two biggest struggles are lust and gluttony. Both of those things fall in the same categories for me. So like lusting, I do it for comfort. I do it as a reward. I do it as a distraction. I do it when I'm bored. And the same thing with eating. Those are like my two biggest struggles. And it makes me lazy and it corrupts me inside and out. And it's the hardest thing to get through. But I also kind of realized that, you know, just like with hitting rock bottom and going through that, it made me who I am. So I need to realize that with what I'm struggling with, that it's going to make me a better person. Doesn't mean I shouldn't try, but it's going to make me a better person. So I need to just take it one day at a time and breathe and realize that it's okay if I screw up, because I have a really hard time with shame. Like, I shame myself really bad. It hurts me that I struggle with stupid things like that, especially being a personal trainer and trying to hold people accountable. Like, who am I to tell someone to eat under a certain amount of calories and eat these certain foods if I can't even do it myself? Or giving advice out to people like about mindset and mentality if I can't even do it myself. So that's where I'm at with that. But I think overall my mindset is really good and really strong for a 19-year-old. And I think it can only go up from here and only develop from here. As long as I don't let any weakness and things like that creep in and take control. It's okay if it challenges me, because again, that's gonna make me stronger, but when it takes control is the problem and not what I'm wanting to go for. So now I'll jump into the spiritual sides of things. And I just want to say, if you're watching this video this far through, I was just gonna, make it for myself, but why not share how I'm feeling, and maybe it'll relate to people, and maybe it won't. Maybe it'll get 0 views, maybe it'll get 100 views. Either way, it's cool. And I'm just another person out here. I'm a nobody and just trying to figure things out. And yes, I want everything that we all see, like cars and a nice place. Like, I know my life is meant more than the simplicity that I'm living in right now. Not saying I'm not grateful, but I just want more. And I don't want so much where I have 50 cars. I want one nice car. I want one nice house. I want to retire my family. And I don't want to have to be a slave to a job or employer the rest of my life. That's all I truly desire. I don't desire 50 supercars. I don't desire 5 mansions and 100 women by my side. I just desire necessities. Obviously, I want to have fun and splurge, but I just desire necessities. I want to be able to take my family around the world and see the world for what it is, as do we all. And so that's what I'm trying to go for. That's what I'm trying to achieve. Nothing less, nothing more. And however long it takes me to do that is however long it takes me to do that. But right now I am 19 years old. I will be turning 20 years old in August. To me, that seems old, but to others, I'm a baby. But of course, like when I was 14, thinking about being 20, man, that's old. And now I'm about to be 20. And, time freaking flies. Like, I know people always say that, but it really did. And I feel like what I regret the most is not taking a hold of opportunities as such as playing basketball in high school. Like, I was so scared about, what other people would think and, not being good enough. And it bothers me because I could have had so much potential. Basketball really is my passion and I love playing it. It makes time stop for me. And I let that pass up on me because of, what I thought a few people might say or think of me. And it's honestly ridiculous now looking back on it. It sucks so bad. But if you're watching this video, just take note of that. Do the things that you want to do and that your gut's telling you to do, and don't let the opinions of others truly affect you. And don't feel like you're not enough, because one day you will prove to yourself that you are. And with that takes time. Like, obviously I can't go step out on the floor without putting any time in, any practice in. Like, I gotta put practice in to, show that I truly do want it. And that was the other problem too. But to jump into the spiritual side of things, I'm lost. I grew up Christian. What can you really say about being religious as a teenager? You really can't, because you don't know, you don't have any life experience, you don't have any wisdom whatsoever, and you're kind of just doing whatever your parents tell you to do. And then we really started digging deep into it in my family about a year ago, and they converted to Judaism or whatever. And it got me looking into things, like, because I'm a big follower of Andrew Tate and he's Muslim. And, I just got to thinking about all these religions and, why they work the way they do, digging deeper and deeper, and then coming in and out of spells of like believing in Jesus and not believing in Jesus, and just trying to take life for what it truly is. But I will say this, I had an amazing talk with Gannon last night. It's one of my best friends. Shout out to him. Had an amazing talk with him. And hey, sorry.
Are you recording?
Anyway, sorry about that. Took a few minutes break to go out and check the rain out and was having a conversation. But anyways, what I was talking about was with Gannon, and he's an amazing friend. He's very spiritual and very wise for his age as well. One of the very many people that I know that's also like hit rock bottom at the age of 18 years old and like figured it out. And it's not my story to tell, but maybe I'll get together with him sometime and make a video explaining it all, because when me and him get together, we have some of the best conversations, that I could even word on this video. To maybe sum a little bit of it up is, he's had a really, really hard life, but he is making the absolute most out of it. And it's just the most beautiful thing to see, because I think that's where God really challenges us, is you have two decisions when it comes to hard things in life. You can stay in it, you can wallow in it, you can be miserable in it, you can turn to drugs, etc. Or you can let that shape you into who you need to become a better person. And it always makes me so happy when I see somebody, instead of falling into that misery, they turn from it and they make the best out of it, and he's such a great guy at doing that. And just his values, and one of his biggest values is just to help the world. And we need more people like that. So shout out to him big time. I definitely want to get together and do a video with him. But yeah, I'm just flat out, I'm just so lost when it comes to what I believe in, how I feel. He really simplified it down for me a lot, but I'm still just foggy about it. Like, I believe in God, I believe in Yahweh, I believe there's a creator, I believe it's the God of the Old Testament, I believe in the moral code and all that. I don't know. I'm just scared because in John it says, no man can get to the Father except through me. That's what Jesus is saying. But God also tells us not to have any idols above him. But then people say God is Jesus, whatever. Like, I think we all just overcomplicate it. Like, simply put, I believe in God, and and I've had many discussions with Christians, whatever, Jews, whatever, Muslims, and I don't know where I stand. And I think with time will tell where I'm at with that. And so it's hard and it sucks and it's lonely and nobody can figure it out for me but me. So that's where I'm at with that. I will be wrapping this video up though. Maybe this, helps somebody. Maybe this, reaches somebody it needs to reach. But I thank you guys so much for staying tuned and watching it with me.